Hello everyone. I know most of us save in financial instrument only because we want to save tax. Today I am going to discuss with you three secrets of National Pension Scheme, that is NPS, which not only help in saving maximum taxes but also is a very good vehicle to plan for our retirement, as we hardly have any social security in India. So the three secrets which I am going to discuss with you is about taxation, liquidity, and the charges which NPS have. These are the three areas which mostly misunderstood or not very well versed of among Indian investors. So let's dive into it. So talking about the first secret, which is tax benefit. What are the tax benefits available? Now, most of us know that NPS helps in saving taxes under Section 80C. 80C comprises of multiple investment avenues, like you have mutual fund ELSS schemes, our PF contribution, life insurance policies, or term insurance policies, even our kids' educational fees. All these various instruments contribution comes under Section 80C. So this is the major chunk of it where most of our investment go. And if you're contributing in NPS, it will also be added to the Section 80C benefit, which is maximum of 1.5 lakhs. In case your all earlier investments and contribution suffice for 1.5 lakh contribution, don't worry. NPS provide you additional 50,000 benefit in case you are contributing to NPS besides 1.5 lakh, which is under section 80 CCDB D1B. Here you get additional 50,000 benefit in NPS, which you are not going to get anywhere else. Now, the third most important section where you get tax benefit in NPS is section 80 CCD2. Now, what this section is? This section says that in case your employer contribute on your behalf under NPS, then you can get additional benefit up to 10% of your salary. Now, here salary means your basic contribution by the company and your DNS allowance. Most of those who are working in private sector, I don't think they get DNS allowance. So your DA and your basic salary comprise of the salary on which your 10% will be calculated for contributing into NPS. So it is a big saving. In case you are not doing, you can ask your employer to restructure your salary in such a way so that you can contribute additional. So up to 10% of your basic plus DA you can provide additional, which can help you in saving tax benefit. Let me give you example so that you will have clear cut idea. Now here I have taken three scenarios: scenario A, scenario B, and scenario C. In case your total salary for a year is 6 lakh rupees, in which your basic is say 5 lakhs and your DNS allowance is 1 lakh. So obviously if you are saving in NPS on your own, you can get 1.5 lakh in section 80C, and 50,000 rupees you can get in section 80CC D1B. So D1B is addition to what you can contribute under 80CC as we discussed. So total 2 lakh you can save through NPS in case you are contributing. Now, as we were talking under section 80CC D2, which is most underestimated or not well known among investor community, here you can save additional 10% of your basic plus DA. So in this in the so in example A, if your basic plus DA is 6 lakh rupees, then additional 60,000 rupees you can save under section 80 CCD2, provided this contribution comes from your employer and not from you. So what you can do is you can talk to your HR, ask them to first ask your company to join NPS in case they are already not enrolled in NPS as a corporate, and then they can restructure your salary in such a way that this 60,000 additional they can contribute from your CTC, so that they don't have any additional burden, but you can save additional 60,000 rupees. Most of you might not be knowing this. In case you don't know this and this is a new information, please comment below that this is a new information and you love this information. Now let's take another example. Say in scenario B, your total income for a year is 10 lakh rupees of your basic, right? So here you can save up to 10% of your basic salary, which under section 80 CCD2, which is 1 lakh rupees. So as your income increases, it makes more sense to divert your earning in section 80 CCD2 through your employer, so that you can save more. Remember friends, saving is very important in a sense that if you are reducing your expenses, then it is equivalent to your saving. In case you are not opting for this route, then obviously your tax outgo will be much higher. So suppose you are in 30% bracket and under section 80 CCD2 you are able to save 1.5 lakh. It means directly you are saving 50,000 rupees in your tax outgo that in any case would have gone to the government. This saving in a longer time horizon will give you a huge wealth. Just to give you example, in by the rule of 15, in case you are saving 15,000 rupees per month for 15 years time period in an instrument which gives you 15% return, then your wealth creation in 15 years time period will be 1 crore rupees. So small bits of saving is earning. In case you are giving to government, that you can reduce your tax outgo and you are able to invest, it makes huge difference. So please keep in mind, I think this section is most underutilized by the Indian community. Talk to your company in case already you are not there. One more thing I would like to add, this section is only applicable to salaried people and not to the business people. Coming back to our tax benefits from the NPS, so these are the three sections under which you can save taxes. No other tax saving instruments available in India which can give you this kind of tax savings. So I hope this is a new information to you. Now coming back to the triple E benefits. I know most of you might be knowing triple is at the exempt. What we mean by that is there are three phases in any investment. One is the investment phase where you put money and you get tax benefit. The second is the accumulation phase where the benefit or the investment return is added to your investment, and on that whether you need to pay taxes or not, Just to clarify the thing, suppose you are doing bank FD, right? So in bank FD, even though you are withdrawing your interest income or not, you need to pay taxes on the interest accrued. But here what happens is, in case any appreciation happens to your investment, unless until you don't withdraw, you need not to pay any taxes. So I hope I have made clear what does accumulation phase tax benefit means. Now in the disbursement phase, here most of the information available in public domain, people have misunderstood. They are saying the accumulation disbursement phase where you are withdrawing the money, most all the money which you are withdrawing is tax free. That is not the case. Here what happens, it is a partial tax exemption. To give you example, in NPS, whenever if you are withdrawing money after you reach your retirement phase, that is 60 years of age, then you can withdraw maximum of 60% of the accumulation. The 60% withdrawal, in case we are going for, then that 60% withdrawal is tax free. But the 40% for which you need to compulsory buy a pension product, that is annuity, and the monthly pension which you get from those annuities will be taxable. So it is not that case that the disbursement pays all the withdrawal money. First of all, you can't withdraw all the money, and the money which you withdraw, that is max of 60% of the accumulation, that is tax free. But the 40% of the money which you are going to buy annuity, and those annuities will be taxable. So these are the tax benefits which you can get through NPS. I hope I have added some new information to you. In case you liked it, do comment below. I will appreciate your gesture. Now coming to the second phase, which is the liquidity phase. Now most of us, we don't invest in NPS or any long-term product, thinking that in case in emergency we require some money, what we will do. But we need to remember that for every purpose we need to segregate our investments. Now talking about liquidity, NPS provide three kinds of liquidity. First is, in case you have completed 3 years of investment journey in NPS, then you can withdraw up to 25% of the corpus for the following purpose. First is the wedding or studies of your children, you can withdraw 25%. Then in case you are going to buy any building or house for the living purpose, for that also you can withdraw, or for emergency medical treatment. For these three purposes, you can withdraw up to 25% of the corpus, provided you have completed 3 years of the investment journey. Now, this facility is available for 3 times in your total investment journey in NPS, provided the interval for withdrawing is at least 5 years in between. So, this is the first liquidity option which has been provided in NPS. The other is, in case you want to retire before 60 years period, you can opt for retirement before 60 years of period, provided you have completed minimum of 10 years of investment journey in NPS. So here also one more liquidity is provided. Suppose you have joined in NPS say at the age of 30 and you want to retire at say age of 45, then you have completed 15 years of journey in NPS investment and you can opt for retirement. So in case you are opting for retirement and you have completed 10 years of journey in NPS, then you can withdraw up to 20% of the accumulated corpus, and the 80% of the corpus you need to buy annuity product, that is pension product from the insurance companies which are listed through PFRD. And the third is, once you have completed your professional journey, that is once you have reached 60 years of age, then the maximum liquidity is provided. Here the withdrawal is 60% as we discussed before. So you can withdraw 60% of the money, and 40% of the money, minimum 40% of the money compulsory has to be advertised, or you need to buy pension for that. So this is the liquidity. Now in case you don't want to withdraw after 60, you can continue till the age of 70 years of your age and you can contribute also. So this is the three types of liquidity which you can get from NPS. I hope this is also a new information to you or something new value addition. In case you liked it, do comment and share among your family and friends. Now coming back to the third secret, which is charges. Now it is a well-known fact that most of us believe that NPS is the least expensive investment vehicle to plan for a long period investment. And this is true for most of the extent or most of the large extent. Now what are the exactly charges? Now most of us believe that the fund management charges is the lowest in the world. It is only 0.1%. But that is not only the charge which is charged to an investor if you are investing to NPS. So let's look what are the charges which will be charged in case you are opting to invest through NPS. So there are two kinds of charges which are charged to an investor. First is the one-time charge, which is charged in case you are doing any transaction or you are opening the account. So what are those charges? These are the charges which are charged by POP. POPs are point of presence, where you are going to open your account or you are walking in to transact, right? And the third is and the second is the CRA. CRAs are those agencies which keeps your record or process your records at their end. In India, there are two agencies which are authorized to do so. One is the NSDL and other is the CARVI. So let's see what are those charges, and these are the charges which are charged whenever you are doing any transactions. The point of presence where you are going to open account or you are going to do any transaction, the account opening charges is rupees 200 rupees whenever anybody opens the account. So once you open the account, you get the welcome kit within 10 to 15 days. What the welcome kit will contain? It will contain your online credentials through which you can log into your account and do host of transactions and informations you can get through your login. Like you, if in case you want to change the asset allocation, you can do that. You want to change your fund manager, that you can do that. So the account opening charges is 200 rupees. Then whenever you're doing any transaction, the POP will charge you 0.25% and minimum of 20 rupees and maximum of 25,000 rupees of the contribution which you are going to make. So these are the one-time charges. Whenever you are doing transaction, the POP will charge you. So it is better to do your quarterly or yearly contribution to NPS than doing monthly contribution, because if in case you are doing monthly contribution, then every contribution will be charged 20 rupees or 25.25% of your contribution. And if in case you are doing any non-financial contribution, in case you want to change address, you want to change nominee and various other non-financial things, then for every transaction they are going to charge you 20 rupees plus taxes. So these are the charges which are going to be charged by the point of presence or POPs where we are going to transact. Now, how much the CRS will charge you? Let's see. CRS for account opening, they are going to charge you around 40 rupees. Both the NSDL and CARBI have little variation, but on the upper side, they are going to charge you 40 rupees for account opening, and for every transaction, they are going to charge you 4 rupees or less for the, suppose you are contributing or you are changing any information in your account, then this will be charged. Now, these will be charged upfront in a sense that they will directly deduct from the contribution and the rest amount will be invested. So these are the charges which is charged one time when you are opening or transacting. Let's see what are the recurring charges which are charged to the investor. So the point of presence will charge you persistency charges. That is, if you are continuing your account for 15 years or 20 years or 30 years, every year they are going to charge you 50 rupees per year, and this will be from the deduction from on the units which you already have in your account. Now, how much CRA will charge? They will charge you account maintenance charges, which is less than 100 rupees for every year. The custodian who is going to keep all the securities which your fund manager is going to buy, then the custodian will charge for maintaining those services. It is 0.0032% of the money which you have invested. This is also on a yearly basis. Now, the NPS trust will have a charges of 0.1% of the money invested. And last, which mostly popular, that fund management charges are lowest, it is also 0.01%. So the fund manager you opted for, say SBI or HDFC or LIC, there are 8 service providers. So they are going to charge you 0.01%. So these are the one-time and recurring charges which you need to pay while investing in NPS. So we need to be mindful of this. I hope I have given some clarity what are the charges which we are going to pay. And in case you want to open account, friends, now it has been very flexible. Now you can open online also. Both NSDL and CARBI can help you in opening their account. In case you want to know more details, I have created a detailed blog on various aspects of NPS, and that you can see on my blog site shubhbell.com. I will share the link below. You can go through that, and in case you want to opt for NPS, you can do that. Now, since you have continued till last with me, I want to share with you one bonus tip regarding NPS. Now, most of us are very less understood what kind of return NPS have already generated or where you can see the returns of NPS schemes. So I am going to share with you what kind of return NPS has generated for last 10 years and where you can get details of the various asset classes where you can invest in NPS and what kind of return it has generated. Now talking about NPS returns, as we know, in NPS you can invest in 4 asset classes, that is equity, corporate debt, government securities and alternative investment funds. So I have taken the most popular, that is SBI pension fund returns for the last 10 years. I just wanted to show you how it has panned out. Friends, these are the returns which SBI pension fund has generated for last 10 years. In equity, it has generated 8.42%. In corporate debt, it has generated 10.48%, and in GSEC, it has generated 10.17%. Just to give you a perspective, you can invest 100% of your money either in corporate debt and government securities, but you cannot invest 100% of the money in equities. So suppose I have taken three hypothetical portfolios where suppose our investor is very aggressive and young and he wants to invest maximum money in equities. Here, just to give you a perspective, if you are under 50 years of age, you can invest maximum of 75% of the money in equities. So suppose an aggressive investor has invested 75% of the money in equity and rest 25% he has divided equally into corporate debt and government securities, then his total portfolio average return would have been 8.9% for the 10-year period. A moderate investor who don't want to take very aggressive risk and invested 50% in equity, 25% in corporate debt and government securities, then his average return for last 10 years would have been 9.37%. And for the conservative investor, if he invested more of the money in debt and GSECs and 30% of the money in equity, it is giving around 9.75%. Friends, just we need to keep in mind the last 10 years equity has underperformed grossly, especially in the last 5 to 7 years. That's why your aggressive investor portfolio is looking on a lower side. On a longer period of time, I would suggest that you can go aggressive on equities than going aggressive on debt or government securities. The other option you can do is you can choose for auto choice, where as per your age the allocation to equity and others are changing. So I hope I have given new information. In case you want to track performance of various NPS schemes returns at various point of time, then do visit the blog site article which I have written on shubhbel.com, where you can find a link through which you can track performance of various categories of NPS returns. I hope, friends, I have added some new value to you regarding NPS. In case you like, do comment and share among your family and friends. I would love to share more information with you. Thanks for watching. I will see you again.